Under the blazing African sun, Chloe hugged her teary-eyed mother goodbye. Determined to support her struggling family, she decided to work in an Arab country as a domestic helper. The promises of better pay and opportunities outweighed the fear of the unknown. As the plane took off, Chloe gazed out of the window, her heart heavy with hope and uncertainty. It was her first time leaving home, and the thought of navigating a foreign land both thrilled and terrified her. Chloe stepped off the plane and into a world of unfamiliar faces, languages, and customs. The towering skyscrapers and bustling streets of the city felt overwhelming. Her employer's driver greeted her at the airport, taking her to a grand villa. Chloe marveled at its beauty, silently praying for strength to adapt to her new life. The next morning, Chloe met her employer, Mrs. Amina, a stern but fair woman who laid out the house rules. Chloe nodded politely, hiding her nervousness as she was introduced to her duties. The tasks were daunting at first, but Chloe's determination to prove herself kept her going. She reminded herself of the reasons she was here, her family's future. One day, Chloe accidentally made a cultural mistake by entering a room without knocking. Mrs. Amina scolded her harshly, and Chloe felt tears well up in her eyes. She apologized sincerely, realizing she needed to learn more about local customs to avoid such misunderstandings. In the kitchen, Chloe found a friend in Fatima, the cook. Fatima spoke a little English and helped Chloe learn some Arabic phrases. Over shared meals and conversations, Chloe learned about the culture and traditions of her new home. Fatima's kindness gave Chloe a sense of belonging. Late at night, Chloe often stared at her phone, scrolling through photos of her family. She missed her mother's laughter and the sound of the village birds at dawn. On one such night, she recorded a voice message for her younger brother, encouraging him to study hard and take care of their mother. One particularly busy day, Chloe accidentally spilled tea on an expensive carpet. Fear gripped her as Mrs. Amina noticed the stain. But instead of punishing her, Mrs. Amina saw Chloe's genuine remorse and offered guidance on how to clean it. This small act of understanding strengthened their relationship. On her day off, Chloe cooked a traditional African dish for the family. It was a bold move, as she wasn't sure they would like it. To her surprise, they loved it. This act of sharing her culture created a bond and mutual respect between her and the family. One day, Chloe discovered that another worker had been stealing from the family and blamed her for it. Chloe's heart sank as she was confronted by Mrs. Amina. Summoning her courage, she explained the truth. After an investigation, the real culprit was caught, and Chloe's honesty earned her greater trust. Chloe met other domestic workers in the area during her day off. Many shared stories of unfair treatment. Some were too afraid to speak out. Inspired by their struggles, Chloe encouraged them to advocate for their rights, reminding them of their dignity and value as individuals. When Chloe received her first salary, she sent most of it home to her family. Her mother's joyful voice over the phone filled her with pride. She kept a little for herself, using it to buy a journal where she began recording her thoughts and dreams for the future. During a local festival, Mrs. Amina invited Chloe to join the family in their celebrations. Dressed in traditional attire, Chloe felt a part of something bigger. That night, she realized that understanding and respect could bridge even the widest cultural gaps. When a neighbor's worker tried to demean Chloe for her African roots, she stood firm. "My culture is rich and beautiful," she said with confidence. Her words inspired Fatima, who also faced discrimination, to speak up for herself as well. After 2 years of hard work, Chloe decided it was time to return home. The family threw her a farewell dinner, thanking her for her dedication. As she hugged Fatima goodbye, they promised to keep in touch, their friendship a testament to the power of kindness. Back in her village, Chloe used her savings to start a small business, helping her family and providing jobs for others in the community. Her journey had transformed her into a stronger, wiser woman who now inspired others with her resilience and determination. Moral of the story: true strength lies in perseverance, honesty, and kindness. By embracing differences and standing up for one's values, it's possible to overcome challenges and create meaningful change.